Alright guys, it's BLM here. It's time for another video. This is going to be another review. This is going to be a review of Shadow Rangers. Shadow Rangers is episode 4 of Power Rangers Turbo. And it's a filler. Finally get to review a filler, so yay. This should be a way shorter video then. So pretty much the episode starts out with Tommy and Justin. They're like working on Tommy's car for some fucking reason, and then they go to they're like to test it out and shit. And then Tommy just allows Justin to test out the car, which it's kind of stupid when you think about it, because Justin's like what, like 10 or something? I don't even know his actual age, but he's not that old. He's not even legally allowed to drive yet you're allowing him to test the car. I never really understood that. And of course it's more convenient since he's already there, but I mean, you're really gonna have a kid test out your car? Yeah, Justin's foot gets stuck or something. For some reason, just Tommy was just like standing there for like a good amount of time, like not doing anything, until like Justin started like actually like freaking the fuck out, and then Tommy finally helped him like right before it exploded. I mean, this opening scene was just so stupid. I mean, it establishes a connection between Tommy and Justin and stuff, but the way that they did it is just so retarded, it makes no sense. Next up, they show Diva talks with her new monster Chromite, which Chromite is actually the foot soldiers from Car Ranger, but they used it as an actual villain here. The reason they aren't used as foot soldiers in this season is mainly because they wanted the foot soldiers to be more like the actual villains, which I kind of understand. I mean, it would have made it a lot cheaper for them to use the footage with Chromite. Probably could have made a better season if they had more money, but whatever. Then after that, we go back to Tommy and Justin, Justin brings up that he has like a new CD or something that he wants to play for Tommy. So then he goes looking for a CD and he can't find it. But what I find awkward is if it's a new CD, first time he looks at the stack, he like picks it up like half of the stack up. Why would the new CD be in the middle? Wouldn't it be on the top, you would think? Unless you like alphabetize it or something, I don't know. But either way, like he just like lifts up half of it, like not even looking at it, and it says, oh my god, it's gone. And then they start talking about how stuff is going missing, and then they move on to the actual story. Then they show Porto and Chromite planting a bomb. But the thing that I don't like about this season of Turbo is that they always have bombs, but they always like last like hours. You would think that the enemies would create bombs that would like explode like, I don't know, in like 2-3 minutes just to give them enough time to leave. But no, they give them like hours to do so. It's so retarded. And then I love the way that Porto was talking to Chromite. He was like freaking like just talking to him like he was a baby or something. Like, you understand that this is this. Oh, don't get anything on your finger. If you do, you're gonna die. Like, it's so fucking retarded. Then they go to Tanya, Adam, and Kat, and they find Chromite, and they end up fighting him. And right when they're about to morph, he steals their energies and creates the Shadow Rangers, which are pretty much just the turbo suits, but with gray like faces, helmets. And they're able to defeat them. They capture them. The fights are okay. I mean, it's traditional Power Rangers. I mean, they're whatever. Not necessarily bad, not necessarily like phenomenal either. Something I did find strange though is that when Adam was fighting his Shadow Ranger, he gets like pushed into a wall, then all of a sudden the wall turns to cloth. Because in one scene it was like a real, I mean, it looked like a real wall at least. I mean, it could have been the cloth just staying like really still or something, but it looked like a real wall. But then in the next scene, like, it just splits in half into cloth. So, I don't know. And then they go back to Tommy and Justin, and Justin creates a homing device to try to find who stole his CD and stuff. Now, this is another thing I don't understand. How is Justin able to create a homing device? Not only, like, having limited supplies in the location that he was in because they didn't show him leaving it, but also in the fact that he's fucking, like, 10 or 12 or whatever he is. And then Tommy and Justin get called to battle, fight Chromite, and Justin tries to morph, gets his power stolen, and gets kidnapped. And then Tommy is by himself, and he goes to the command center to ask for help. And I love it when, like, right when he walks in, like, Alpha starts talking to him, and he just, like, pushes him off, like, fuck you, I'm going to go to Demetria. Also, Alpha seems like such a fucking asshole. I mean, this is one of the first episodes with the new Alpha. This is Alpha 6, I believe. It's the one with the New York accent and stuff like that. Really annoying one. Tommy just like pushes him off, like, fuck you. And Demetria sucks. I mean, she's from Aquarius, so she only asks questions and stuff. I don't know, it's stupid. Demetria doesn't give him an answer. Like, when he asks her, what should I do? She makes him think it out for himself, which, that's not what Zordon did. And then, like, freaking Alpha then comes in like, hey, she's not Zordon, fuck you. I hate this scene as well. But then Tommy realizes that he can find the Rangers using Justin's homing device. So he goes and gets it. Then he gets attacked by Shadow Rangers. And he finds out that they are defeated by shadows, or by darkness at least. He pretty much uses that to his advantage, defeats the blue, green, and yellow Shadow Rangers. After that, Tommy goes to the cave where the other Rangers are held captured. Starts pretty much just shooting at the pink Shadow Ranger. They end up winning, but they realize that there's a bomb in the city. So they go to find Chromite, and then they realize that the bomb's about to explode. Without Chromite growing or anything, they call on the Megazord, and they use the Megazord to create a shadow that stops the bomb and Chromite, because they're both run by light power or whatever. So using the shadows, they're able to defeat Chromite and the bomb. I like this episode, but it's just like some things in this episode are so strange that it's just, I have no clue what's going on, but whatever. Then in the end of the episode, Bulk and Skull are the ones are found out to be the ones that stole all the stuff around town. Of course, at this time, Bulk and Skull are monkeys, because Elgar turned them to monkeys in the Turbo premiere. And also they explain why Ernie has left the juice bar, and it's really a fucking stupid explanation. I mean, if you actually listen to it, it's because he got sent away to build a bridge in the Amazon or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire episode. Just a couple other things I want to know. The Megazord, this is the first time, and I believe the only time maybe that the Megazord is used against a small opponent. Then again, this is mainly, they don't actually fight the opponent, like they don't stomp on him or anything. They mainly just use them to create a shadow, which I don't have anything wrong with, really. I mean, I think it's a stupid way for an enemy to die, but I mean, I don't think it's really breaking continuity or anything, with the fact that in the first episode, Zordon said that you cannot escalate a fight, which means that you can't just get a Megazord and destroy the enemy. But I think this one was okay, because they technically didn't fight the enemy. They just covered him with a shadow. So, whatever. There's actually a couple errors in this episode, if you realize, with the Shadow Rangers. Because, I mean, like, they find out that the Shadow Rangers are defeated by shadows and darkness. However, if you actually look in the fight with Adam, Tanya, and Kat with the Shadow Rangers, some of the Shadow Rangers are actually standing in shadows during that time. I guess the last thing I'll bring up is the Sentai footage. Almost none in this episode. This was a completely original story for Power Rangers. This was not done in Car Ranger. The only footage that was used in this episode from Car Ranger was the Megazord transformation and the cockpit footage. That was it. Everything else was American made. Even this Megazord footage, even though all it was just the Megazord standing. So yeah, that's pretty much my review of the episode. To give it a score, I would give it a 7, to be honest. It's actually a pretty good episode. I mean, it's definitely one of the better episodes in the first half of Turbo, because if you don't know, the first half of Turbo kind of sucks. But this is one of the better episodes. It is a filler, so nothing really happens in this episode, but it's still an episode worth watching, in my opinion. I mean, I think it is a decent episode. Kind of a unique concept for the Megazord, where it's not used to fight the enemy, but it's actually used to destroy the enemy without fighting him. I thought that was a unique concept, even though it is kind of strange. There are errors here and there, but there's always errors in Power Ranger episodes. And of course there's stupid stuff in here, but again, almost every Power Ranger episode has stupid stuff. So yeah, 7. That's my review of Shadow Rangers. Thank you for watching.